Hey, what's up, Scott Balkin here with Imagination Creation Films, and today, well, we're continuing on with the van build, and we're doing the ceiling. And the first thing you have to do is paint it. Oh man, that stuff stinks. So yeah, the first thing you're gonna have to do the van, I mean, you can do it two different ways. There's the hard way and then there's the easy way. And it seems like the easy way is a lot more work, but it's technically not. So you need to paint the wood, and since it's wood, you need to prime it first, plus because it's going in a van where there'll be moisture, you really want to get a good layer of Kills on it. Kills is really good for that kind of thing, and it's a good primer, which means you only have to coat it one time. So you need to put the coat of primer on there first, and then you need to coat it with paint. So it's not hard work. I mean, she's doing it. I mean, it's hard work for me. I mean, I was technically sanding it all this morning. I did that. So I got them all sanded, and then she's painting them. But if you do it while it is all apart, then you can move them around. You're a lot more flexible. If you put them up at the ceiling, then you're gonna have to deal with paint drips, you're gonna have to deal with fumes, all that good stuff, where she's enjoying the wonderful 107-degree heat out here, you know, and just having a good old time. And as you can tell, I couldn't wait to get these up. I really want to do it, and you know, of course, because of that, I did not vlog. But they are now painted. Trying not to scuff them up, but it's a little more difficult. But what we've got is this next one is the one that's going to have lights on it, and the same over here. So we need to do those. Well, it's gonna take a little bit more time, but I figured that would be a good one to vlog as far as putting these up, and then gotta tuck up a little more insulation. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Continuing on, doing the roof on this. I'm not sure if we'll finish the roof for the vlog or this build, or if it will be mostly done. It just depends on how far we get and when I need to upload this. But yeah, I mean, we're basically doing single screws. We're using these right here. These are 1.5 inch self-tapping pancake head screws. And we are only screwing into this rib right here. So we're centering it up and screwing it in. And it's not that hard. Takes a little bit of persuasion. So the, you place this up against there like so, and then because these boards are long and warped, you have to kind of hammer them in. And to do that, well, you need to use, well, safety glasses, but I use a long stick. I place the stick up against the side of it because you do not want to damage it, and then you whack it with a rubber mallet like this one. This is one of those comical mallets like you would see in like cartoons, but it's real life and it hurts, so don't do that unless you're wearing safety glasses that are dirty. All right, so we'll continue on and cut these lights and keep going. So the next two that we have to put up there have the lights, and now that we have our hole saw back, we can do that. So what you want to do to cut these out is Well, and it also depends on which lights you're getting. The lights that we love are these little puck lights, and quite honestly, every van lifer seems to use these, and for good reason. They are beautiful light, they have a nice color. These are the tungsten color. I prefer that color over the really bright daylight color, but they're very easy. They just spring load here. And to put them in, you just need a hole saw. This is a 2.5 inch hole saw. The 2 1/4 is the perfect diameter for those. However, with the springs, they won't work. So you need the 2.5, and just mark where they're gonna go. Make sure you're doing it upside down because, yeah. And then you wanna cut these from the finish side because it's gonna splinter on the other side. I'm going to show what it looks like under here. It's see, like there, it's not quite as pretty. It shreds a little bit. That is the nature of a hole saw. A hole saw is actually a horrible device, but gosh, it sure makes nice pretty circles. But to put these in, all we have to do is go right up to them, speed the wire through, depress the spring down, and then this spring down goes in there, and then boom, that's locked in. It won't come out. They're slightly movable. I mean, you could pry them out if you need to do some wiring, but I mean, they're actually pretty solid and easy to go in and out. So we're gonna mount these up real quick, and then we will wire them because we've got a lot of wiring to do. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mount them, then wire them, and it's hot as usual. This is Texas. So we got the 3 up. We're gonna do 2 more. And then, well, we need to do the last thing for the roof, which are these cable entries. These go up on the roof, and they go up like that, and you seal them down. You drill 2 holes through your roof, and then you feed your solar wires through there, or any wires that you're going to be putting through it. So you need to think about that before you get too far in your build and realize that you didn't do that, because it is a pain to have to do it afterwards. So we're going to finish these, put those up there, and then we're gonna wire them. Okay, so one of the things you got to do is provide power through the roof, which means you're drilling more holes. And what I like to do on my van, since this is it's the third or fourth build of a van, but it's the second van to do, and yeah, it's hot out here again today, is I like to run multiple wires. So I run 2 sets of solar wire, and then I run 2 sets of 4-wire wire. And what that's for is for lighting. So we run dual 12 gauge for solar, and that will be more than plenty for the amount of solar that I'm putting up here and the way I'm wiring it. And then 4 14 gauge or dual quad 14 gauge wires. But then you gotta drill holes in it, and this is what you end up with. So these are little pass-throughs, and I'll put a link down below. These, you just drill 2 half-inch holes and put some rubber grommets in there, and then you feed the wire through, and then you tighten them up. You can see at the end, they have a little rubber seal that as you tighten it up, it gets tighter and tighter, and then this is firmly sealed. And then you just do a huge amount of Sikaflex on there, get it all nice and pretty, and make sure you put little waves in it so it looks really cool. But so I have the dual 12 gauge right here, and this is going to go to the front because my solar panels are going in the front. And then the back will be most of the lights, because I'll have 2 lights in the rear pointed backwards for backing up, and then also I'll have some side lights on the side, and then I'll have some lights on the front, so I can run these to the back and then run to the front. So once this dries, I will just coil these up and cable tie them right here, just so that they're not flopping around as I go down the road in between my build. But yeah, you gotta do these. I did 2 of them. I mean, it's 4 half-inch holes. It's not the end of the world. I mean, you are drilling holes, but I mean, I just put a 14-inch hole, and then I'm using Goo Gone to try to get this off, and it's slowly coming off. It's gonna take a lot of passes of Goo Gone to get all that goop off, and then it's on every side of the van. So yeah, we've got that going for us. Yeah, she's in there insulating, getting the last of it before we continue on, because I needed to get, you see all my wires coming down through in there, and so I needed to get that done before we proceeded any further with the roof, because then that would be in the way. So off we go. As you can tell, this just continues to take longer and longer. It's not because of the amount of time it takes to do this, it's just everything else, because we installed temporary stereo for now, expanding that one. And so when you get to these last ones, you can't add a hammer here and bang. So what you use, and this takes a little bit of coordination, by yourself is gonna be tough, but get something soft to go around and hook a ratchet strap from here to here. And then you want someone to press right here so it's pushing up, because as this tightens up, it's going to want to pull this down, and you obviously don't want that. So someone pushes up here, this gets ratcheted. As it ratchets, it pulls it in ever so slightly, and you end up being wonderful. So we've got a whole bunch more done, and we're just doing this, and then we're going to hit the angle, and then we've got 2 more over here, and then we got to hit the angle, and then yeah, ceiling is going to be done. Yeah, it's hotter today too. All right, so we have a little more progress going on. So right now she's just finishing up that side right there. We have put in this angle piece, but we have to caulk it. This is the best way to get that in. We did get the lights working. So if I just turn on the lights, now the lights are in. I mean, this is not where it's eventually going to plug in, but for now it allows us to use the lights in the van, be able to see, and also the fan is hooked up. But we got it relatively nice. A few missed spots. I have to go back and we have to touch up quite a bit of paint, unfortunately. Yeah, it's the nature of doing things, but we're going to do this one at an angle and then stop right there, and then this one we're going to have to build something to go straight down, because it's just not going to work otherwise. And yeah, that is the installation of the ceiling. It took a long time. We were missing parts, we were missing time, we were missing everything and anything. It's just, you know, the way it works sometimes. But yeah, if you have any questions, put them down below, and yeah, stay tuned for more van life, van build, van production, adventure van. Yeah, cool.